What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TKs Garage, and it looks like John Elkann has had enough. He's mad. I got some insider information that Elkann is going to try to put the failure of Stellantis probably on Tim Kuniskis' shoulders. He came back to literally save the massive screw-up that Elkann and Tavares basically created. And now Elkann is saying if they go all back in with the Hemi and it fails, it's going to 100% be on Tim Kuniskis' shoulders. It's his fault. No, it's not. Absolutely not. All right, let's be real, guys. Buying a car can feel like you're walking into a game where all the rules are totally rigged. The research, the stress of wondering if you're going to get ripped off or screwed by a dealer, it's a lot. But there is an advantage, and that is Car Edge. Now, what Car Edge is it's trying to make car buying easier for you. They give you free access to the dealer invoice price. That's what the dealer or the dealership group or the name you see on the sign paid for that vehicle. And what does that do? It keeps you from getting stuck paying somewhere around that inflated sticker price, that MSRP tag that you see on the windows of all these vehicles. And knowing that information can give you an upper hand when it comes to negotiating. And should give you a little bit more confidence and keep you from paying more than you should. So head on over to caredge.com/TK. Type in the car that you're looking for. I don't care where it's a BMW like me or a Tesla or a Hellcat. And boom, you got the dealer's cost right there. No fuss, no tricks, just real information that you can use to make an informed decision if you're going to buy a car. And just so you know, Car Edge isn't just a fly-by-night site. They're not just trying to collect your data to be able to do whatever with, right? They're the real deal. They've been featured on places like the Today Show, Consumer Reports, Fortune, and just like me, the Wall Street Journal. So before you head to the dealership, do yourself a favor and check the invoice price. It's free, it's easy, and it can save you a ton of cash. There's no excuse why you wouldn't want to do that. So go over to caredge.com/TK, and big thanks to Car Edge for sponsoring today's video. So welcome on back to TK's Garage. This is more of an opinion piece, but we are going to talk about some insider information. So Elkann, during a call with people on the board of directors, acknowledges that the Hemi may be the only way to save the company with some of their other aspects. And it looks like when it comes to the Hurricane engine that Elkann might be getting some common sense now and might go away from some of these external plastic parts on the Hurricane engine and go for aluminum. Huh. I wonder where they heard that before. I'm kidding, but it's common sense. When you have an engine that runs that hot consistently, it's going to always break, right? We knew this. And this is why they're going back to the Hemi, because they need something that they can sell, which people have faith in and trust in, that's more reliable than the Hurricane engine. Now, the part that's concerning here is Elkann is not addressing the root problem. The Hemi will save Stellantis. Period. End of story. The moneymaker of all of those 14 brands is by far and away Ram, then Jeep. All right. Those two brands make the majority of the money for Stellantis. Dodge, when they had, Hemi engines and cars and, the Durango, could that come back? Possibly. I just don't see it happening this year in terms of Dodge being back to being one of those brands that gives them the most money. Granted, it's funny that Chrysler could potentially be making more money with nothing but a minivan than Dodge does. That says a lot. That says how much of a flop that EV crap Charger is and how much of a disaster the Hornet was. That said, Elkann is looking to put the failure of Stellantis on Kuniskis' shoulders. I think Kuniskis knew that this might come, and that's why he didn't take the CEO role. He just wanted to be the CEO of a Ram and kind of have his people in as CEO at some of the other brands. I think Kuniskis is playing chess because he knows, oh, you're not going to put that on me. And I think that's why we're still searching for a CEO. I think eventually it ends up being Antonio Filosa. If they hire some other European retard to be the CEO of Stellantis, like mail it in, start shorting the stock every day, it's a wrap. I love Tim Kuniskis. I love what he's doing. I love what he wants to bring to the table. But even that kind of enthusiasm, great product development and stuff won't be able to save a company when you have a complete and total retard at the wheel steering your company. It just doesn't work that way. It's not going to work. And seeing this, so on a board call, John Elkann is talking with some other people and okay, so we're going to go back in on the Hemi. We'll push these products out, but if this doesn't work, it's 100% going to be Tim Kuniskis' fault, basically. No, it's your fault. Tim can put out the products all he wants, all right? He can put out the stuff that people want. But if John Elkann, who's the chairman, because he's in charge right now, there's no CEO, doesn't crack the whip and get these dealers in line, and I'm talking about scumbag dealerships that when these Hemi trucks are going to come in are immediately going to be like $25,000 over sticker. If Elkann doesn't go through with the programs that he researched previously with dealers and punish these dealers on allocations, basically saying if you sell one of these Hemi V8s with an adjusted markup at all, you'll get no more allocations. And make them sign an actual, under penalty of perjury, affidavit that said the vehicle is sold at or below sticker. If they don't do that, here we are, and you can't put that on Tim Kuniskis. You can't, because here's the thing. You come out with all these Hemi trucks and they're not limited production. They're just running, but maybe for the first 6 months, you have a ton of dealers that are charging $30,000, $40,000 over sticker, and you have dumbasses that are willing to pay it. I know you're going to be like, oh, they're dumb enough to pay. I don't care. It damages the public perception of the brand. Because then 4 months later, when they're at regular price and they're doing incentives and stuff on it, the guy that bought it at 40 grand is going to be 40 grand over sticker is going to be so mad, they're never going to buy another product, and they're going to do nothing but badmouth the brand. You have to protect the public image of the company by not allowing dealers to destroy it. Plain and simple. And here's the thing. You don't have to take away the dealer's license. No. Make it very clear. If you sell a vehicle over sticker, one vehicle over sticker with a Hemi in it, when they come back here this year, you get no more allocations. And they can cry, bitch, moan, you can whatever you want to do. Sorry, we don't have any allocations for you. Oh, you have a customer that wants to order one? Sorry, they're going to have to go somewhere else. Stellantis starts doing that, I can tell you right now, dealers will fall in line. They'll go back to the old school ways of, hey, we want to sell you like etched in windows and special wheel locks. And yes, we know they're going to continue to sell $400 wheel locks and ceramic coating. Fine. Let them try to. And if you're dumbass enough to go for it, that's on you. But doing this $20,000 over sticker because supply and demand. No, it's not supply. Get out of here with the supply and demand BS. It's not supply and demand. It's scumbag demand. If they don't rein that in, then John Elkann has no leg to stand on when he talks about, I'm going to blame the failure of the company on Tim Kuniskis. And the fact that as high as the chairman and other people around him are even rumbling that right now says a lot. It says a lot, right? It means that they're looking at the company failing. And they're looking now to be like, okay, so we changed directions. We went from full EV, dare forward 2030 to, V8s, baby. And now you're at a position where it's all or nothing. And you're looking for scapegoats in case it doesn't work. You might need to start looking at yourself, John Elkann. That's all I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what we do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, major shout out to Car Edge for sponsoring today's video. And until next time, stay petty, my friends.